Let me guess. You have books you don't talk about, not with your friends, not with your family, maybe not with anyone. And it's not because you're ashamed, not exactly. It's more like some things are just yours. The morally gray men who'd burn the world. The power dynamics that shouldn't work on paper but absolutely work on the page. The stories you devour alone late at night and then close the cover and go about your day like nothing happened. If that's you, stay with me. Here's what I want you to know right at the start. There's nothing wrong with you. The books you're drawn to, the dark ones, the intense ones, the ones with characters who would be red flags in real life, they're not a diagnosis. They're not a confession. They're not something you need to be fixed from. They're something you're drawn to. And that draw, it means something. Not something you have to explain to anyone else, but something worth understanding for yourself. Because here's the thing about dark fiction. It doesn't introduce darkness to you. It reflects it back. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the parts of ourselves we learn to hide, the anger we swallow, the desires we don't name, the intensity we learn to dim so we don't scare anyone. And then you open a book, and there's a character who doesn't dim, who doesn't apologize, who feels everything, the dangerous parts too, and somehow, impossibly, is still worthy of love. You're not drawn to him because you want that in real life. You're drawn to him because he wakes up something in you that went to sleep a long time ago. The readers who love dark romance, they're not broken, they're not secretly dangerous. They're often the ones who've spent their whole lives being too much and then too little, who learn to perform softness while holding intensity inside. And in those pages, the intensity gets to breathe. That's not something to be ashamed of. That's something to be curious about. So here's what I'm going to ask you. Not to share your list, not to tell anyone what you read, not to explain yourself to a single soul. Just this. Next time you finish a book that hits you somewhere deep, not just entertained you, but hit you, it with it for a minute before you move on. Ask yourself, what did that character give me permission to feel? What part of me recognized something in them? You don't have to write it down. You don't have to tell anyone. Just notice, because the books you keep private, they're not hiding something shameful. They're holding something precious, and that's yours. You don't owe anyone an explanation for what lives on your secret shelf. But if you want to understand it better, what it means, why it calls to you, what it might be telling you about the parts of yourself you've learned to keep quiet, there's space for that here. No judgment, no sharing required, just understanding. Welcome to the series. Same time next week.